You're listening to the ESO Network, your station for all things geek.
Exploring the multiverse of pop culture.
This is Podcasserole.
An Adam and JP show.
It's still hot.
It's very hot.
That means it's still podcasserole.
It's steaming hot.
It is steaming hot.
Podcasserole.
So, hottest couple of days this summer in this area, officially, is when we're recording.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Like disc golfing is getting rough right now.
Uh-huh.
I sent a video to some people. I'm like, I was looking down the camera. I had my baseball cap on. It was dripping. I'm like, it's not raining outside. This is sweat. I mean, from the bill of my cap, it's like a faucet coming down.
Yeah, that's how it is when I get out and run and walk.
Yeah.
When I get home, it's just like drip, 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 drip.
It's crazy. Craziness. By the way, the cap thing still stands. If I go out in public, people still freak me out and look at me
because you're wearing a Brewer's cap.
Yeah. I went for the first time in years, maybe ever, I went to Walmart and I got a receipt check, man. Someone's like, hey, can I see your receipt? I'm like, what did I do?
You're wearing a Brewer's hat.
Because of the baseball cap, isn't it?
I'm telling you, if it was an Alabama hat, no problem.
I'm thinking.
Or a UT hat. You should do an experiment.
I could do that. Like
just exactly the same. Just start switching the hats out.
Yeah.
And if you can record that somehow, that'd be fantastic.
I bet they would respect me more, the UT cap, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
That's messed up.
That's America, baby. Well, at least Tennessee.
That's the South, baby.
That's the South, baby. So when last we left, you had just binge watched Twilight movies.
I did.
And you loved them.
So before, I'd only seen the first two.
No regrets.
No regrets at all. Those are, I mean, and I talked about this with my wife because she said the same thing. Just like a week or maybe a week and a half ago, after the 50 Shades Darker, I once again explained to her that was all based on fan fiction of the Twilight series. And she's like, it's stupid. It's for teens. I'm like, hey, we should watch you don't read them, but you should at least watch the Twilight movies because I've only seen the first two, haven't seen the last three. We should watch them. And she had, much like I had before I saw those. Those are stupid. They're for little kids. We watched them one every night for 5 nights, all 5 movies back to back to back. And she, much like I did, we loved them. Fantastic movie, like just well done. And so we had a little, in bed last night before we went to sleep, we had a small little book club meeting in bed of why people have a negative connotation towards that series before they even are exposed to it. And it's hard as you bang your head on the mic. Why do you think that is? Honestly, I mean,
I don't know. I'm not having that conversation.
As a fan of stuff we like that most people, well, in the past 10 years it's been different, but until that time, most people kind of shrug and scoff at before they're exposed to it. What makes people have a bad idea of it before they're experienced? Honestly, most people that love these comic movies we love 15 years ago made fun of us for wearing comic shirts or reading comic books. So it's the same concept. What makes people scoff at stuff before they experience it? In general, don't think Twilight, think in general. I'm giving a general question here. Think of things you don't like and a legitimate reason. Because everyone has stuff they
I know
don't
why
like.
those people did it.
Yeah. No, a real reason.
No, I know why they did it.
Why is that?
Because it was the weaker link, and they could pick on the weaker link and make themselves look bigger. That's
you think
like
so?
yeah.
That's what it was?
Like the typical jock picking on the nerd.
You think so?
That's exactly what that is.
Yeah. So it comes down to physicality. Like
raise my social standing.
They're physically lower.
It's survival of the fittest.
Huh.
That's exactly what that was.
You know, it is emotions and what we enjoy being entertained by. It still
the
comes
answer
physicality.
you were looking for was they didn't understand it, and then if they got into it, they would have enjoyed it as much as the rest of us.
No, how did you know? I didn't have an answer in my head. I wasn't sure. I'm actually curious about that.
For the record, I gave up on you a long time. Like years ago.
That's good. Yeah.
That's Adam. But your wife, I had
high hopes for her.
An immense amount of respect for her.
Yeah. I mean, the movie wrapped up last night, and we were both in shock. Like, wow, like that was awesome.
A whole new world.
Problem is, though, I had one beef with it, and you'll have no idea what I'm talking about, so I'll try to describe it as best I can.
Okay.
They have a daughter, and if you don't want spoilers of Breaking Dawn Part 2, just fast forward about a minute or two here. Edward and Bella, the vampire and at the time human Bella, have a daughter. They have sex and have a baby.
Okay.
The baby, since it's half vampire, is growing too fast and much too strong and powerful for her stomach.
I saw this on Star Trek.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened on Star Trek.
This happened on Star Trek.
So the
Season
baby,
2.
within like 3 months, the baby's at full term and starts literally killing the mother's body.
Yeah.
And so
in Star Trek, it was killing everyone else.
Oh, really?
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Go ahead.
So either it's going to kill the mother Bella, or she must be changed by Edward the vampire to survive this birth, right?
And you never saw that coming.
A little. It's easy. A little. That's not the surprise. That's not the shock. That was in episode 4, not 5.
Oh, okay.
Five,
Sorry.
Five's the big shock.
Sorry. Taylor Swift shows up.
That happens in part 4. And she has the child. The problem was the kid, even after the womb, is still aging rapidly. So within 2 weeks, it's about a 2 or 3 year old. It's almost every week is a year, pretty much.
It's a reverse Benjamin Button.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. But it's still growing in height and size. But because they had the final version of the girl, the majority of the movie, the girl is maybe a 10-year-old girl, and they had an actual actress playing that to keep the likeness of her. Since the first time you see the baby as a newborn, it's a CGI baby. It's a real baby body, but a CGI face. Does that make sense?
A real baby body?
A real baby body. And an RBB, as they call it.
Okay.
And so that took me out because you have a newborn baby, and it's got the CGI, very animated face. And you see her as a toddler body, an RTB, a real toddler body with an animated CGI face. But it was this animated CGI face of the exact same actress playing the 10-year-old because she's the majority. And at first it seemed stupid, and I don't know how else they could do that because you had that likeness. You can do that with 10 minutes he's a 10-year-old, then later on he's a 40-year-old, then he's a 70-year-old. You would be like, he kind of looks like that. But when you have a newborn to a toddler to a 10-year-old, you couldn't do that likeness, so they had to CGI the face. And that kind of took me out of it. Not going to lie.
It was kind of like, at any point did the CGI face say hope? That's what it means.
It did feel.
It
felt like that. It felt like that. It did. Yeah.
Yeah. Little Rogue One.
But I won't give the actual spoilers of what happens. But it's a fantastic movie, and I suggest checking it out. I don't. It's in that limbo of movies, so I couldn't Redbox it. I'd have to buy it. So I actually just rented it digitally on the Xbox. It was good.
I'll make you a promise.
Okay. You'll never watch it.
I will never watch these movies. I've seen the first one.
Okay.
And Adam, it's a terrible movie.
They're very different. They all are very different.
It's terrible. The first one is horrible.
Really? You don't like that?
No, the acting is just ridiculous. And then there's that whole family that lives in the mountains of Washington State.
The Cullens?
Yeah, the Cullens.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're in the mountains. They live in a town, Forks.
Whatever. I just knew there was hills all around.
Yeah, hills.
Yeah, there's hills so the werewolves can run out and play with the humans.
I think it's a
Taylor Swift's ex-boyfriend.
I think it's a tinge of high fantasy. That's what you don't like about it, the high fantasiness of vampires and werewolves and that kind of wizardry and stuff. I think it's what.
But I like Harry Potter.
But why is that? Because they have vampires and women. Well, they don't have vampires. No werewolves. They have werewolves.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah.
But
still, so Harry Potter is a touch of that high fantasy. What makes you like that? But not because and I even asked my wife that. Like, this is.
You said, why does it Patrick like these?
No, I can understand in general. People would, not like that because it's a teen fiction book or a movie. But Harry Potter is the exact same. And honestly, the content in Twilight is much more mature than Harry Potter. There are sex scenes and death and love, things that never happen for the most part in Harry Potter. So I'm confused why, and I love both. I love Harry Potter too. I'm just confused why Harry Potter's okay, but Twilight is hokey. Because they're both hokey, but I love them both.
Okay,
talk to me here.
I'll give you a little bit of. There's some hokey parts to Harry Potter.
Yeah, and I see no problem with that.
Actor to actor, movie to movie, the Harry Potter series is better directed, better produced, and way better acted.
You think so?
Which goes a long way in this guy liking a movie.
I got you. I think the story.
I could not wait for that first Twilight movie to be over.
Really?
Like when they were throwing cars or whatever it was they were doing. They were making the cars slide, pushing cars. There was something in a parking lot.
I think you just saw the trailer a lot.
There was something in a parking lot, wasn't there, at the beginning?
There was like a 2-second clip, a car almost hits her and he stops it from happening.
That's what it was.
Throwing cars.
At that point, I was looking at my fictitious watch on my wrist.
But I was talking to my wife about that.
And the glitter, Adam.
That's fine. It's fine.
It's the glitter.
People always go to that. And that's a small, like minuscule part of the story.
It's like when True Blood, that season they brought on the
fairies.
The fairies.
I mean, the glitter is like not even a part. It's maybe 5 seconds that happens. Maybe 5 seconds.
Is there a chance your wife will hear this?
No, she doesn't listen. We're married now. She doesn't listen.
Oh, know how that goes.
No longer a girlfriend.
But just in case, don't let him convince you to watch True Blood. You're going to hate it as much as I do. I promise. I think
we're close to that.
Even the True Blood fans finally admitted the last couple of seasons were terrible.
I'm trying to let her know.
You remember the family members I have that are True Blood?
Yeah,
it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
Now that we're removed, about those last couple of seasons of True Blood?
Yeah, I never saw the last 2 or 3. I never saw those.
Yeah.
But I think that's next in line because the first few seasons are fantastic of True Blood. Really, they are. And I think if she enjoyed Twilight and enjoyed 50 Shades Darker, you throw those together, that's True Blood right there. Fantastic. We were watching How I Met Your Mother
I just
tonight,
think she really loves you.
and Joe Manganiello was on there. I'm
And-
like, he's a werewolf. That's Alcide.
And he could be Deadshot.
Oh, really? Wow.
The next
first,
Batman movie?
First almost Batman, now this? Then Pee Wee Herman's friend?
The guy that directed the Planet of the Apes, the new Planet of the Apes movie, he's going to direct the next Batman movie.
Really?
Matt Reeves.
Okay, yeah.
And he has gone on record of saying that he basically threw out the Jeff Johns and Ben Affleck script.
Really?
And they're going with a new story, and he wants to do a noir Batman detective story.
Really?
What an interesting take on a Batman movie.
That is odd.
Yeah. Sorry. I had to get some Batman talk in somewhere.
Check it out. Breaking Dawn, Twilight, all the movies. Eclipse, Full Moon.
Or not. So, okay, do you want to play a game, or do you want to go to the SOB OTW?
Let's start off with negative and go to positive. Not that the SOB is negative. Let's go there first.
Oh, you want to do the SOB OTW?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. You just showed me the CGI baby from Twilight. That's terrible. You like that movie? Like, we made a Ghoulies joke last week on this show. She looks like a ghoulie. Like, she just crawled out of a Seattle toilet.
You actually you were physically blown back
Show
by
me again.
how bad that was. It's almost like little Steve Buscemi added in there, you know? So imagine this thing looking around, the eyebrows moving and trying to make goo goo gaga noises.
Does she like sing the Mogwai song?
But so they had an actual actress, an actual 10-year-old girl playing the part, so that was her face superimposed on a baby's face.
That was a horrible idea. It's really easy to become the SOB OTW.
It is.
You just have to interact with us.
Interaction is what it's all about. On Facebook, on Twitter, anywhere to find us, just get us on there. Give us a shout and give us a hot comment, as hot as this room is right now.
You're glistening so much.
Yeah,
you're glistening like you're a vampire out in the daylight.
Yes, that's what I wanted. Yeah, awesome.
FTW. You can email us, ajp@adamandjp.com.
Right.
Did we say that? We didn't say that yet.
No, yeah, we said where to find us and things to do.
And here's how it usually works. Oh, by the way, I do know there's something on Facebook we need to include in this.
Okay, really?
Yeah, our friend, who we tried to pronounce his name.
Oh, yeah,
And we got it wrong again.
You're right, but I don't know if I can get it right this time.
So we'll just read his. We'll just read.
I'm going to try to. Yeah, I'll get that.
And try not to say his name.
Give me some time.
But I've got the emails. I usually see the emails. Adam sees the social media stuff.
Right.
But we want to start by thanking Joshua Stark, who is the latest to join our Patreon page. He's a patron. Joshua's a patron. We should have a sound effect for that.
That's true.
Dun, 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 dun. So thank you, Joshua. He has access to over 10 hours of archives.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
on the Patreon page.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
You can be a patron by going to patreon.com/podcastroll, all one word. Do you want to start with that Facebook? Or?
Sure. No, there's one I believe we may have skipped.
Uh-oh.
Maybe from about 3 or 4 weeks ago from Gormusk Montgomery, formerly of the Troll Food Podcast. I don't think we talked about this yet because it was kind of already spoken of. But he says, he gave us a message on Facebook, Gormusk did, saying, this is a new conspiracy I heard and have been looking into. Have you heard that some people believe the Mandela effect is actually caused by people time traveling? It's really interesting and would love to get your take or have a conversation about it. I think it could be true. How else do you explain it?
I have heard that.
We've talked about time travelers, talked about the Mandela effect. Do you think maybe John Titor is involved with the Mandela effect? Is that possible?
Maybe.
Is that possible?
Teeter or Titer?
In the podcast, I listened. They say Titor or Titor
Or Tater.
John Tater. I will finish.
Or do you call him tater salad?
To recap, the one we kind of messed up from last month as well in June. He had a reply to that.
By the way, Gormusk, we'll look into that.
Yeah, we're gonna look into it for sure.
Yeah.
It's a future episode.
I think
maybe.
they're time-traveling beekeepers
Ooh, that's possible.
who stream on Twitch, but don't do podcasts.
So our friend Andrew, and I read this message a few weeks ago. I'm going to reread it and give the response we didn't read yet. He says, "Hi, chaps. I'm trying to catch up with your show at the moment, so I'm a bit behind.
And you're idiots.
But I just heard my name mentioned. My surname is pronounced like you would say honey, but spelt HAN-NAY. Now, I said it wrong last time, so I won't even try to say it properly this time because I can't get it right.
I think it's a Two Love Crew pronunciation.
You think so? Honey.
No.
Oh, like what?
Like a Full Metal Jacket pronunciation.
Like Forrest Gump, like honey.
Yeah.
Honey?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I know.
No, I don't think that at all.
See YouTube, link below. It's okay, I'm not bothered. Just wanted to hear my name again on Son of a Bitch of the Week. Smiley face and gives the link how to pronounce it. And I believed I pronounced it like that YouTube link said, but apparently I did not, because the follow-up from Andrew H., we'll call him right now, says, God, no!
You're so dumb.
I didn't explain myself properly. I didn't mean my surname sounds like honey. It still sounds like hene. It's just said with no emphasis like you would say honey or money or minnie or penny. I'm still confused about it. Help me out, Andrew. Help me out. So it's just hene with no emphasis on any part of the name.
Hene.
I just can't find anything to rhyme with hene. Because I said hene last
You're
time.
my hene.
Or he said it's like you would say honey, but spelled hun. I don't know.
I love you, hene.
I'm just going to say Andrew. It's kind of a groan at the end. Andrew. I think Andrew H. is good.
Andrew H. is good.
For online anonymity. And
Well,
it's cool. It sounds cool.
What we could do,
Drew H. How about that?
why doesn't Andrew record something on his smartphone and email it to us?
That's a brilliant idea. Let us know and let us have that AJP at adamandjp.com, or you can even put that video on Facebook and or Twitter on our stuff there. So let us know if that's the best way to hear it straight from Mr. H's mouth.
From Hene's mouth.
Oh, you messed it
I know,
up.
we're totally off.
I think it could be. So I'm from the South. I can make fun of my Southern people. I think it's like Forrest Gump, honey.
That's what I was doing.
Like Jenny. Like
Did you not realize I was doing Forrest
I did.
Gump?
Yeah.
Okay.
Jenny, honey.
Was it that bad?
What's that?
Did you think I was just stroking out
I
over
thought you were doing a Stallone impression again. I'm not gonna lie. Honey. But he said it's pronounced like. We'll go back to it next week. We may have a follow up to that.
But if I can sympathize with Andrew a little bit,
Right, yeah.
Because I had a bit of a name problem this week.
Oh yeah.
At my new job, because I'm pretentious.
You do have the show name at work. Is that even legal? How does that work?
It's like, well, I mean, the documents are my real name,
Right. Yeah.
But being a radio job, like I honestly started to just drop it altogether,
Right.
Which in hindsight I probably should have.
Yeah.
But I decided to stick with
You're doing that, huh?
20 years strong, initial J. Dot
Yeah.
Patrick. That's what it is. It's
Yeah.
not J-A-Y.
Right.
It's
yeah.
J. Period.
But people get confused
Patrick.
about that. They
Yes.
think your first name is that and your last name is that, and it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's my first initial, middle name.
Uh-huh.
So names start getting thrown around. I signed emails now JP because there's like a portion of people over the last few years that just call me JP.
Yeah.
So the question came up. I go to get the old parking pass, and the lady that I get the parking pass from, she says, "Hey, I got a question." Yeah. What should I call you? I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes, "Are you J Patrick, JP, Patrick? What do I call you?"
Yeah, it's a lot of options.
I said, "Whatever you want."
Wow.
Yeah. She goes, "What do you like?" I was like, "I really don't have a preference. I'll answer to all of them."
Everything but your actual first name. Everything but your actual name.
Yeah.
Anything but that, please.
Yeah. Because you don't call me, like, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You don't call me J. Patrick
No.
or
no,
JP.
No.
I'm
not-
Patrick to you.
Yeah, not at all.
I'm Patrick to my wife.
Right, yeah.
I'm Patrick to my family.
Yeah.
Occasionally, when you listen to Collection Connection, or even on this show,
Yeah.
if I talk about myself, I'll say Patrick.
Yeah.
That's what everybody calls me.
Uh-huh.
It's not any of those.
Right.
But for the
Yeah.
we'll stick with JP.
Yeah.
I've just gotten used to it.
It's
now.
funny when people like ask me about you or say something to you. It's always different. They always say different things.
Hey,
It's one of like 5 names. Hey,
JP.
like Jim.
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 Let's just go with Jim.
Yeah.
So Andrew, I feel your pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I ran into the same thing this week.
Yeah. Even
Yeah.
my last name, I've been a guest at conventions before, and they misspelled it because
Yeah.
I have a improper last name, but a different version of it is much more common than my actual name. So we feel the pain. We do.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we thank Joshua, right?
Yes.
Well, he's a patron, so let's thank him again. Joshua Stark.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, do you remember Vader Bob?
Yeah, I do remember Vader Bob.
Vader
yeah.
Bob. He wrote in last
I
week.
said Vader Bomb at first. I'm like, hell yeah, I remember that.
Vader Bob. Vader Bob wrote in again this week. He goes, in the last episode, you talked about Justin Bieber being a reptile. Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
We played the video.
Yeah.
He goes, have you heard the same about Beyonce and Jay-Z?
Ah.
I have heard that, but I've also heard that they're members of the Illuminati,
Wow.
which got me looking at other celebrities who are members of the Illuminati.
Okay.
Oh, you know what we should do here?
What's that?
Since we're doing this, let's just play this. This week in NWO News, the summer heat has brought on celebrity Illuminati members.
Yes, it has.
So I have the complete list here of celebrities that are members of the Illuminati. This comes from the Daily Star in the United Kingdom.
Wow.
So
That's legit.
it's legit.
That's real.
No surprise. Tom Brady.
They're saying, I haven't seen the list. Well, I kind of have. I'm going to say this list is the best of the best in their industry because people can't be that good. They must be either A, part of a secret agency or from a different planet or dimension.
Right.
That's people can understand the greatness that is Tom Brady's what happened there.
Do you feel the same way about Kanye West?
Some would say.
Yeezy denied being a member of the Illuminati in 2015, claiming the real power players used music stars as their cover.
Answer me this. These aren't lizard people, probably not part of the Illuminati. Do you believe the Illuminati is real?
Okay.
You don't want to say the answer on air?
No, because what if they hear it? No. What I do believe, I do believe that power does lie with the richest in the world.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. But I don't believe in the Illuminati.
Wow. I'm seeing scrolls here. That's
Sorry.
crazy. That's good.
Yeah, I can't stop the slideshow.
Can't stop the slideshow.
Angela Merkel.
Who's that? Stephen Urkel's mom?
Yeah, it's Stephen Urkel's mom.
Stephen Merkel?
Yeah. Maybe the Prime Minister of Germany.
Oh, is it? Oh, I know the face, not the name.
Theresa May.
Okay.
Donald Trump. I could see that. Donald's array of wow, this slideshow has a mind of its own. Array of distinctive satanic hand gestures. Has some claiming that he's actually a member of Illuminati. That would make sense.
I don't know about satanic. Very small, yes, but satanic, I don't know.
Justin Bieber. Who else?
Once again, best in his business.
Come on, you.
We saw him transform last week to a lizard.
David Bowie.
That's sad.
That
Why are
is
you making
sad.
fun of the dead Bowie?
Angelina Jolie.
That makes sense.
DJ Fresh.
Who's that? Is that Will Prince's friend?
Sure. Usain Bolt.
Once again, best in his
Usain
field.
Bolt.
Best in his field.
Lemmy. Lemmy.
Best in his field.
Okay. Ronald McDonald.
As far
Best
as,
in his field.
As fast food mascots go, best in his field.
Craig David.
Don't know who that is.
I wish I could pause the slideshow. Chloe Mafia.
Chloe Mafia.
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And finally, Ian Watkins.
Wow.
A very UK heavy.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's true. It was.
Because it's from the
Yeah.
the Daily.
Surprised they have Tom Brady on there. They shouldn't even know who that is.
I think he's number one. If the Illuminati exists, Tom Brady is a member.
Now, even the UK admits it, sure. I mean, it's one of those things.
But what about Angela Merkel? She seems nice. She hates Trump.
Yeah, but she's German.
They created the Illuminati.
It's true.
So there you go.
Wow.
Thank you, Vader Bob, for writing back in. And the last one this week, Sierra says, "Hey boys,
Ooh.
answering your challenge. Talk about 90s Nickelodeon."
Oh, wow.
Did we challenge? Did we put out a challenge?
I don't remember that challenge. So you just want us a lightning round of Nickelodeon?
Do you
90s
remember
talk?
when it was like, "Hey, talk about pro wrestling," and then we said, "Yeah, we'll talk about anything. Just tell us to talk about it, and we'll talk about it."
Yeah.
Well, Sierra took us up on that.
Wow.
She wants to hear us talk about 90s Nickelodeon.
Okay.
Nickelodeon.
My fond memories. This was the prime of my life. Watching Saturday nights with the big orange couch of Snick. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I mean, things just happened in Nickelodeon back then that I can honestly say it's not a sign of my age being old, but it was just better back then.
Yeah.
Better. Even like late 80s, early 90s, you can't do that on television. I have fond memories of that show. Kind of a grotesque, gross kid show, very slime heavy from Canada. It was fantastic.
You loved it.
Loved it. What kind of memories do you have of? I have too many to even. I mean, the animation, the live action, the scary stuff like Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like I spoke of. Pete and Pete was fantastic. Rocko's Modern Life, which they're bringing back. Rocko's Modern Life, by the way.
Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, there was that stuff that would never,
Stimpy,
ever, because that's on a kids channel. Like Rocko's Modern Life and Ren and Stimpy are very, very risque.
Did Cat Dog start in the 90s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the 90s.
Cat Dog.
Cat Dog.
Cat Dog.
Cat Dog.
I wasn't a big fan of Rugrats.
Oh, yeah, I was.
But Rugrats were huge.
I was a little old, but I was still a fan.
Yeah.
I was a closet Rugrat guy.
Big Tommy Pickles fan, were you?
Ooh. Yeah, that's it. It's like a car dealer. Come on down to Big Tommy Pickles.
Was Big Tommy Pickles, was he the baby?
Yeah, he was.
Angela was his sister, right?
Angelica was his mean cousin.
Angelica. Well, who was the sister?
He only had a little brother later on named Dill.
Oh, wow.
It's true.
So who was Chucky?
Chucky was their neighbor.
Oh, okay. He was the one in the glasses, the redheaded kid.
Yeah,
right?
his mom died earlier, and his dad was raising him, didn't know what to do. So
That's dark.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, read some theories on that whole. You read that.
Oh, really? Are there some theories?
Well, not about Chucky's mom and stuff. It's kind of crazy.
Any you know off the top of your head? Hang on, wait.
No, there are tons. Yeah, I'll find. Hold on, I'm gonna find this up here.
Sorry, I'm so sorry. That was so loud at the beginning.
Let's see here.
So, is it possible that the kids of the Rugrats cartoon or Illuminati or the show itself was just a tool of the Illuminati?
I don't know about that deep.
That they killed off Tommy Pickles' mom? Or Chucky?
I don't. Let's see here. So, long story short, the Rugrats babies are all part of Angelica's imagination. They don't really exist. Her relationship with her dad is pretty superficial. If you remember the show Angelica, her dad worked a lot, didn't really talk to him too much.
Yeah.
And her mom was too busy to show her any real love at all. To deal with her loneliness, Angelica dreamed up the Rugrats and their adventures, but why would a teller need to dream up a bunch of babies to hang out with? Crazy, right?
That's weird.
It's crazy and deep. And they have the whole connections of parents and kids, and it's way too long to talk about.
And apparently, Rugrats is also famous for the artist of Rugrats, the animators, sneaking in stuff that went totally unnoticed that was inappropriate to be on the show.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes sense. Wow.
I'm not going to spoil it. Yeah, this is your job this week. Go and Google inappropriate stuff that was actually featured on the Rugrats that made it into episodes.
Really?
That just went totally unnoticed.
Wow.
Kind of like the Disney things.
stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Because they've had Rugrats all grown up, and that was them, in their teen years, and it was weird.
Doing drugs.
But the fantastic theme, ding, ding, bing, 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 bing. They had a Rugrats movie. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Didn't what was her name?
Maya?
Maya had the theme. Yeah.
Maya did the theme from it.
Yeah.
It was the it was a whole group.
Right. Because I always get that because she also did the
Take me there. I want to go there. Take
yeah.
me there. I want to go. Rugrats.
Because around the same time, she did the Islands in the Stream Ghetto Superstar for Bullworth.
Yes.
And I get those mixed up a lot because
Yeah.
that was like her only thing when she had some semi-all-right soundtrack songs.
Yeah.
Ghetto Doopa-da.
If it was done today, like in the middle of it, there would be like the club DJ soccer horn. Rugrats. Rugrats.
Get Rugrats. Yeah, it would be like that.
Well, there you go, Sierra. We talked about 90s Nickelodeon.
That's true. Yeah, I gave you quite a bit. Salute Your Shorts. You can't forget Salute Your Shorts.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
that.
What's the one that?
Oh man. I could do a whole. We should. I would like. This is lit a fuse for me. Can we do a show in the future
About 90s Nickelodeon?
Yeah, I think, or maybe even like the history of Nickelodeon, highlights of 80s, 90s, and now.
Only if we get the soccer horn.
We can do that. Yeah.
Rugrats.
What were you thinking of though? A live action?
No. What was the show that Alanis Morissette was on? You can't do that on
That's
television.
what I talked about. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
okay.
80s Canadian.
Yeah.
When you would ask questions, they would either throw water or slime on you, and you'd say certain words, and they would put water or slime on you.
And that's where she met Dave Coulier.
Oh.
And if you want to hear how that story ends,
Yes.
listen to what's the name of the song?
You Ought to Know?
You Ought to Know.
Yeah, You Ought to Know. Yeah.
I'm there.
Because he had the show on Nickelodeon, his little talk show of
Yeah.
the Cut It Out.
When they dated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Good shows, though. Good 90s Nickelodeon shows.
If you want to be the SOB OTW, email us ajp@adamandjp.com. Send us a tweet at adamandjp. Adam and JP. Hey, we're going to talk about Captain America.
We are, yeah.
And then before that, though, we're going to play Dead or Alive.
Oh, yeah. You got the surprise on me.
Yeah, next.
There's a fair chance you don't like the news, and I get that. I'm Buzz Burbank, and I do a different kind of newscast I think you will like. I tell stories, true stories, because when you view it the right way, there's nothing more amazing than real life. I cover most of the stuff the big media outlets cover, but often with a different approach, richer in detail, and with a perspective that ties it all together so we have some idea of what it all means. I deliver stories that'll make you laugh, make you cry, and make you angry, because that is the nature of life, and because you cannot be a better citizen unless you understand and feel the news. I also don't cover some of the useless stories you'll find elsewhere, and do cover real stories the rest of the media somehow managed to avoid. With my nearly 40 years' experience in broadcast journalism and a love of writing, this is a news program that's custom made for you. Buzz Burbank News and Comment is now a weekly show, new each Thursday and available free on iTunes, SoundCloud, and several other platforms, and at buzzburbank.com. In addition to the other shows you enjoy here on the ESO Broadcast Network, thank you for adding me to your playlist as well.
If you're keeping score at home
It's a lot of wrestling intros.
and you're paying attention, you've heard 2 wrestling theme songs.
So we don't talk about it so much anymore, but it's still there.
It's still there, yeah.
Yeah.
Lingering in the background.
Yeah,
Bonus points if you can tell me who this is.
that's true. Love wrestling. Even in its current state, I'm still a fan. You know that?
Here's a test.
Yeah.
Who is this? Tweet us at Adam and JP. Who had this theme song?
Let us know, please. I'm curious if you know that.
Wrestle Talk.
Have I told you the story? The one night I had a little bit too much to drink, and I go to my wife and I ask her to watch Raw. It was Monday night. I'm like, can we please watch Raw? This is when I still cared about it a little bit.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, she really hates wrestling. Like,
Yeah.
she's from the North. That's just not a thing there. They don't accept it. I'm like, come on. And I'm drinking a little bit, and she's on the couch laying down on her side. I get on my knees, like, baby, I'm a lifelong wrestling fan. Like my country accent, the filter came down. And to this day, she quotes that. Baby, I'm a lifelong wrestling fan. I'll never let it go. Yeah.
Let us know who that theme song is. We don't have anything to give you, but it'll be a fun game.
Yeah. That Madball giveaway from back in May. Well, soon.
Oh, that's true.
That'll be given away soon.
We'll be giving away soon. Coming soon.
Just let
Pay
us know.
Close attention. We're going to give it away now, like the
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili
I
Peppers.
think it's still pinned at the top of our Twitter, right?
Maybe.
Pretty sure it's still there.
Dead or Alive, the most morbid game in podcasting.
Yeah. Are you stepping up the difficulty? I'm scared because I didn't do so well last time.
I don't think these are hard.
Okay.
I think they're actually really easy.
Okay.
There's only one of them that I don't think you'll get.
Okay. You can give it to me.
Maybe. So the way this works is I have a list of celebrities.
Mm-hmm.
Some are dead, some are alive. Adam has to tell me if they're dead or alive.
What's the usual number? 6? Do you have 6? 5 or 6?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Nice even number.
Yeah, that's the good number.
So you can make a 50 on this.
That's true, yeah.
And of course, we lost George Romero this past week.
Yeah, terrible.
We lost Martin Landau this past week. And so now we're going to celebrate living and dead actors
Yeah.
by playing everyone's third favorite
It's
game,
a life and death celebration.
Dead or Alive. Are you ready?
Yes, give it to me.
Your first celebrity, Bob Keeshan. He played Captain Kangaroo. Bob Keeshan, dead or alive?
I'm 80% sure Captain Kangaroo is dead.
Correct.
Okay.
Bob Keeshan died in 2004. Celebrity number 2, Sherry Lewis. Not Jerry Lewis.
Right.
Sherry Lewis. Lamb Chop, from the TV show Lamb Chop. She was the puppeteer.
96% sure she is dead.
Correct. Sherry Lewis died in 1998.
Wow.
If we
20
wanted
years
to,
ago?
yeah.
Wow.
If we wanted to make this even more morbid,
The
we would
year?
add what killed him.
Yeah, the reason and year.
Yeah. Celebrity number 3. Comedian Nipsey Russell.
For the record, before you say who that is, these 3 names, just names alone, I have no idea who they are. But you got to tell me who they were.
You didn't know Bob Keeshan?
No idea.
Sherry Lewis or Nipsey? You don't know Nipsey Russell?
No clue. Who is this?
You know what make you feel better?
Yeah.
Flip Wilson almost made the list.
Really?
Yeah.
I love Flip Wilson.
But he didn't. It's Nipsey Russell, comedian, dead or alive.
That's just a comedian?
Yeah.
Alive.
Oh.
I didn't even know that's a man or a woman. I have no clue who that is.
Nipsey Russell died in 2005.
Wow. I'm going to look at that person right now. Nipsey?
Nipsey
Like Poughkeepsie.
Russell.
Poughkeepsie Russell?
Nipsey Russell.
Don't look up Nippy Russell. That's a different person.
Famous 70s TV show.
That guy, Nipsey Russell.
Yeah, well, he's dead.
Yeah.
But he had a lovely singing voice. 1970s show Laugh In, Rowan and Martin's Laugh In. The Martin from Rowan and Martin was in fact Dick Martin.
Wow.
Celebrity number 4, Dick Martin,
Very tough game you have here.
dead or alive.
It's a very tough dick question. I'm going to guess alive on this.
No.
Man, they're all dead? What is happening? You've given me 4 deads in a row.
Dick Martin died in 2008.
This game should just be called Dead, not Dead or Alive.
But that's the you don't know.
Okay.
Celebrity number 5.
I'm at 50%
You're
right
going to
now.
know this one.
I hope, because I don't know the first 4 people.
Win, lose, or draw host.
Okay.
Bert Convey.
Man.
He hosted it with Burt Reynolds. It was Bert and Bert.
Yeah.
Or Burt Reynolds. He hosted. Burt Reynolds
Yeah.
was always on there. Bert Convey, dead or alive.
From my brain, A, because the first 4 have been dead, and B, because Win, Lose, Draw wasn't too long ago, and if I have memories, that host wasn't too old when he hosted that, he has to be alive.
Bert Convey is dead. He died in 1991.
91?
Yeah.
Wow, that wasn't long after
I
the
know,
show.
that wasn't long after that show.
Holy moly, I gotta read that up later on. Wow, this 6th has to be alive. If you gave me 6 deads, we have a problem.
Your last celebrity.
Is this the one you thought I wouldn't know? Because the first 5, I have no clue.
No, I thought Dick Martin was going to be the only one you didn't
Really?
know.
Out of all...
I really thought you know who Bob Keeshan, Sherry Lewis, and Nipsey Russell were.
Sherry Lewis, if you reminded me, yeah.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Your final celebrity.
Uh-huh.
Right now, you're 3-2.
That's rough. Just to break even, I have to get this right.
You can make it 3-3 with this one. MASH star. But he played Klinger.
Okay.
Jamie Farr. Dead or alive.
MASH was so long ago. Most of the cast was 30-ish, maybe 40-ish. 30 years ago, 67 years old. Hollywood life, probably dead. But you gave me 5 deads already.
They could all be dead.
They could all be dead. But I'm going to say he is still alive.
You're absolutely correct. Jamie
Yeah.
Farr is still alive. He is still living large at the age of 83.
Wow.
Actually from Toledo, Ohio.
Really?
Like his character.
Really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wow. But for the record, if you told me those 6 names, I would have no clue who they were.
Sorry.
That's all good. No, it's part of the game.
But that's how we play Dead or Alive.
I like it. It's a fun game. Once you described who they were, except for Nipsey, until I looked him up. Then I knew Mr. Nipsey.
Yeah.
Don't look up Nippy Russell.
Nipsey Russell.
No, not Nippy.
Funny comedian. Funny guy.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's just play a brief little clip from the trailer for Iron Man or Captain America.
That too.
Or we could just play Iron Man.
I know this neighborhood. I got beat up in that alley.
You just don't know when to give up.
I could do this all day.
Do you have something against running away?
You start running, they'll never let you stop. You really gonna do this now?
There are men laying down their lives. I got no right to do any less than them.
I can offer you a chance.
Our goal is to create a new breed of super soldier.
When you brought a 90-pound asthmatic onto my army base, I let it slide.
I am looking for qualities beyond the physical.
You win wars with guts.
Grenade! Everybody down!
Is this a test?
He's still skinny.
Hydra is the Nazi Deep Science Division, led by Johann Schmidt.
He thinks he's a god, and he's willing to blow up half the world to prove it.
You're not even close to this technology.
I asked for an army, and all I got was you.
Congratulations. You just got promoted.
Mr. Stark?
I had some ideas about the uniform.
What made you so special?
Nothing. I'm just a kid from Brooklyn.
So by 2011, we have gone through, we've seen 2 Iron Man movies
Right.
and a Hulk movie.
Yeah.
And we're making our way to the Avengers. The team is coming together.
Yeah, we've seen the other Avengers. Why not see the first
We've
Avenger?
seen a Thor movie.
Yeah.
It's-
Thor.
So we knew, like, going into Captain America, we knew this would be the last movie before the Avengers movie. Thus, it was appropriately titled Captain America, The First Avenger.
Do you think, I find this odd they waited this long to bring him in, because as we see the big picture now, and I think most people would say if you had 2 main guys, it would be Iron Man and Captain America. And they waited pretty much 4 or 5 movies in to even start that. You have multiple Iron Man movies. You have a Thor even, or Incredible Hulk movies. But then Captain America himself is pretty late in the game. That's odd to me.
Yeah. But he would quickly rise to be one of the fan favorites.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially with the ladies.
You pick a side, you know.
Ladies love Chris
Yeah.
Evans.
Even the last, as far as what we saw in theaters, the last good laugh we had in theaters of the MCU was from Captain America himself.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Someone said today that they were watching a Civil War documentary.
Yeah, which side did you
And
pick?
I said, did you go Iron Man or Captain America?
Right.
And they just walked
Are
away.
you? We'll save that for a few months.
What?
I was going to break down Civil War, but that's coming in like 6 months.
Oh, yeah, we'll talk about Civil War.
Yeah.
Now, you have gone on record many times as saying not a fan of the first Captain
Not
America.
at all. To be fair, I've seen it once. 6 years ago when it first came out, so I probably should see it again. But I mean, at the time, before the Captain America cinema mythos happened, I was not a fan of the comics whatsoever. And maybe literally un-American to say that, but I couldn't get into it for some reason. It was kind of just that whole, maybe the same reason I don't like Superman, just kind of, to me as a non-fan, kind of flat and kind of Boy Scouty.
And I remember one of our previous conversations about Captain America, you drew attention to the fact that they kind of rush through Captain America's involvement in World War II.
Yeah.
Like it's like too montagey.
Yeah, it's a big montage. He's at USO doing shows and commercials and bonds, and it was just kind of a rocky montage, which didn't really work for me.
Yeah.
Like World War II is a big thing, and I think a big part of Captain America's history. Give me a little more.
But then he gets with the Howling Commandos and goes on the big mission to stop Red Skull.
I should really watch I had to read up on it this week, but as far as visually seeing it, I have zero recollection of what happens. None at all.
Now, we are talking about a movie that came out in 2011. We've been podcasting as long as Captain America.
Crazy, huh? Right,
it's been around.
Right around that time.
Yeah.
That was July 2011.
Wow. But I think the effects of Chris Evans, it's not that long ago, but effects in movies change pretty fast.
They do.
But the effects with him as the young Steve Rogers, that wants to join the Army, and he's small, and he's a runt.
Yeah.
That still holds up.
Really good.
Yeah, it's
and
really
the
good.
fact that I'm sure there's some mixed CGI in there, but for the most part, the Red Skull is pretty much practical effects.
Yeah.
I was big thumbs up for that as well.
Right.
Because I think, especially in the MCU, it's hard to find a super villain with special powers or deformed like that isn't totally infested with CGI isms.
This has been a production of the Adam and JP family of on-demand talk radio.
AdamandJP.com.
Right now.
This has been a broadcast of the ESO Network, your station for all things geek, classic, current, and beyond. Be part of the crew at ESONetwork.com.